The world is in danger. The invasion from space has begun, the city is under evacuation orders, and the army is losing ground. The only hope lies in the paws of a ragtag group of canine heroes. No! Not those dogs. Not this time. These dogs. Today, on Talking Dog Theater, we take a look at Ruff Ruff Danger Dogs. I love superheroes. Have ever since I was a little toon pup. And I also love dogs. Shocking, I know. Combine the two, and you got a recipe for absolute awesomeness. And that's what Apartment D Films has presented to us in Ruff Ruff Danger Dogs. We briefly talked about them in a short not too long ago, but for those of you just joining us, Ruff Ruff Danger Dogs is the story of 5 dogs chosen from different walks of life to come together to form a team of super-suited heroes and defend the Earth from the Void Dynasty. Brought to you in glorious stop-motion animation. I love animation. Despite my own animation being done on the budget of a ham sandwich and off-brand chips. Stop-motion animation is something I've always enjoyed. Stuff like Will Vinton's Claymation Christmas Celebration was a staple of my holiday season, even more so than the Rankin Bass specials like Rudolph and Year Without a Santa Claus. Then you have things like the Arnold shorts on Sesame Street, or Penny and everything else on Pee-wee's Playhouse. Everyone brings something different to it, a new look, a different approach to movement, little tricks that change how an entire shot can work. It all comes together to bring life and movement to stationary objects. And Apartment D is no different. Taking traditional stop-motion animation, combining it with CG and live movement, the animation team gives Danger Dogs a great feel to its characters and designs. In their behind-the-scenes clips, which you can totally check out in their Discord and Patreon, hint hint, we get to see just how their mad minds work, and all they're doing to bring these canine heroes to life on our screen. If you're an internet connoisseur, you've definitely seen Apartment D in action, through their works with toy companies and internet groups such as Good Mythical Morning, Ninja Sex Party, and the Game Grumps. And they have done amazing work. Also, they're giant nerds, which makes them cool in my book. And it's because of that giant nerdiness that they have created Ruff Ruff Danger Dogs. An ode to the Saturday mornings of yesteryear, when you could sit down with a bowl of cereal and flip through the big-name channels trying to catch your favorite shows before the Farm Report would take over the network. The era of not only superhero cartoons, but spandex and helmet-clad heroes working together to overcome amazing odds and monsters of all shapes and sizes. For me, it was getting up and catching Ultraman towards the future in the wee hours of the morning on KBSI. You know, maybe I'll talk about him sometime. To say that was a major influence on me would be an understatement. Apartment D, however, draws their influence from the Super Sentai shows of that time, particularly the series Chojin Sentai Jetman. And really, if you're going to draw your inspiration from Super Sentai, you can't do much better than the series that heralded the coming of Power Rangers stateside. As for Danger Dogs, so far it has everything you could want from a series like this. Multicolored heroes? Check. Invaders from space? Check. Giant robots? Not here yet, but they're on the way. Talking dogs? Absolutely. Chosen by an unseen force, the Danger Dogs have been granted enhanced abilities and strength to defend the planet from the invading void. Using shards of a mysterious cosmic power embedded into their collars, these dogs transform into heroes capable of stopping any menace, as long as they work together to do so. Let's take a look at our heroes, shall we? Ruff Ruff Blue, aka Chloe, is a King Charles Spaniel. Bit of a diva, bit of that mean girl vibe, and the dog that will swear she's the one in charge. Definitely not starting with her because that's one of my favorite types of characters or something. Even though Blue would rather be at the spa than having to fight a giant robot today, she's still here, on her time, making sure everyone gets to safety. And right away, I think that is something important to note when doing a good diva type. Sure, she might have a chip on her shoulder, but she knows where her priority lies. She could be out with her influencer owner doing videos and photos for their next big upload, but she's out there helping save others because it is more important in the long run. You're just going to have to deal with a little bit of grousing here and there about doing it. Up next is Ruff Ruff Yellow, aka Corn Chip, and they're a boxer? Boxer. Yeah, we're going to go with boxer here. Corn Chip is an absolute gremlin of a hero. Eager to help and ready at a moment's notice to jump into action, though they might get themselves into a bit of trouble by not thinking ahead. Corn Chip is just jazzed to be here and included. There's a lot of other dogs out there that could have been part of the team, but the caller chose them, and they're going to prove it was the right choice. Just, if you happen to hear any meowing or purring, ignore it, okay? That's totally some other critter making that noise. They've shown themselves to be a fan favorite in the series so far, with quite a few comments saying that they see a bit of themselves in the little gremlin. Good dog, Corn Chip. Good dog. Then we have Ruff Ruff Pink, aka Mochi. Mochi is an adorable pink corgi and a genre nerd who has landed the role of his dreams. Mochi is the kind of dog that just gets it. He's watched this story 100 times and knows what to watch out for. He may not be all that eager to be out on the front line, but he's got the brains and creativity to help the others from afar. He's ready to be your best friend and probably gush about the new episode of his favorite anime if you give him the chance. So far, we've only seen Mochi via holocommunications, but you know by the end of this series, we'll definitely see this little guy get his time to shine in action. Joining the team in episode 2 is Ruff Ruff Black, the outsider, the loner, the bit of an edgelord. Black is a stray dog on a team of domestics, and she just does not have time for their shenanigans. Her concerns are less about being part of a team and more about where she's going to find her next meal. Gruff, hard edge, and not one to hold back her opinion. Black seems like the type of hero that you're better off staying out of her way when she's got work to do. Also, that voice?
What? Am I supposed to just watch you get my city destroyed? You're in my territory, and I don't need backup. We? You just got here, pup. There is no we.
Perfection. And don't think we didn't notice that blush around her, Chloe. Because I absolutely agree. Which takes us to the hero dog himself, the best boy, the goodest dog of them all, Ruff Ruff Red, aka Hugo. An Irish setter,
AKA the best dog breed of them all. What's up, nerd?
Rhodey, this is my show. You can't be here.
I'm the main persona. I go where I want. And the only reason it's your show is because he can't do my voice the way he wants it. That's why he hired someone for this gag.
You have to leave, Rhodey.
You're just jealous that Apartment D said I was an honorary danger dog and not you. Ha!
As I was saying, Hugo is an Irish setter and the newest member of the team. At first, Hugo had no interest in joining up, as he had just been separated from his owner and his only goal was to reunite with her and get to safety. But seeing Chloe and Corn Chip in danger, Hugo sacrificed his chance to escape to rescue them. He's still got a lot to learn about being a danger dog, but he knows he can't let anyone else get separated from their family like he has. He's a good boy, and he just wants to do right by others.
An Irish setter, voiced by Dan Avidan, who is a Power Ranger. This character was made for us specifically.
He's also based on Apartment D's own best boy, the real-life Hugo. Look at him. He's adorable. What a good dog. And that takes us to Hunter. Huh. Okay, all I got on Hunter so far is that they're a robot. They're from the same source as the team's powers, And this robo-dog has the ability to contain a potentially city-sized explosion at a moment's notice. He just debuted in the newest episode, so we're still learning about him. Given the color choices around him, though, I wonder. But what about the Void Dynasty? So far, we know that they're an intergalactic force bent on controlling the galaxy. They utilized machines like the Revokers, robotic war machines capable of shifting form and size during combat, able to reconfigure on the fly to adjust strategies and tactics. They hit hard, and even destroying them in one form doesn't guarantee your victory, as the members of the dynasty have been shown to be able to restore and empower downed machines from even light years away. The full extent of their power is currently unknown, but they are relentless, uncaring about who or what stands in their way. And they're seemingly willing to even take down their own if it means achieving their goals. We are only 2 episodes into the series, and while I'd love to break down each episode so far, we're still learning about this world and what all is in store for it. There's so many unanswered questions yet to be answered, like where did their powers come from? Why are these dogs chosen specifically to save the world? And just what does the Void Dynasty want these shards for? As the series progresses and we learn more, expect another video from me covering it. I'd love to give a breakdown on events once the current story arc finishes, talk about what worked, what stood out, and what they could build on in later installments. This series has so much potential, and I can't wait to be a giant nerd about it with all of you watching at home. This video is ultimately just an introduction to the world of Ruff Ruff Danger Dogs. I have been in love with this series since Apartment D first announced the Kickstarter campaign for it. I want this series to do well, and I want to see where the adventure takes our goodest heroes. So expect future videos about this series and how it progresses. This won't be the last time we see these heroes on this channel. Until then, why not check out Ruff Ruff Danger Dogs over here on YouTube? And if you find yourself getting into it, why not support future episodes of the show over on Patreon? Every dollar goes to making the show better through props, effects, and most of all, supporting the animators and the rest of the production team.
Hey, Ty, you said they were inspired by Jetman, didn't you?
Yeah? Why do you ask? Oh, fuck! Hey, thanks for watching. If you have any dog-related media you want covered in a future Talking Dog Theater, let me know in the comments below. And of course, thanks again to Doc Isaac for the use of his music. You can find a link to it in the description below. Until next time, later days.
All I'm gonna do is pet my neighbor's dog. She's a good dog. I'm busy petting this dog. Scratchy behind ears, pesky little paws. I'm having fun petting this dog. And all I wanna do is be my neighbor's friend. And she seems kind, is kind, worked out in the end. I know 2 souls in the complex, and one is a dog that I'm giving pets. Hey.
They're from the same source as the team's powers, and this robo-dog has the ability to contain a potentially city-sized explosion at a moment's notice, and I just blew that take, knocking that off by jerking my hands around and knocking my pop filter down onto the desk.